In this video, we're going to show you to install headlights on your Jeep Grand Cherokee located on the front side of your vehicle. Now we placed our jack right on the cross member on the back side of the front splash guard. I'm going to raise up the vehicle. You want to do this preferably on flat level ground. Get it to the point where we can place safety stands under the vehicle. Go ahead and place your safety stands on the inner part of the frame or the body mount area to support that vehicle. You're going to repeat this for the other side. Go ahead and slowly lower the vehicle onto the jack stands. You want to make sure that your two front tires are not touching the ground. Go ahead and remove your jack. Using your trim tool, remove the 4 buttons across the bottom side of your bumper. Pop out the center, work that out, and then pull out the base with it. Now on the front leading edge of the fender area here, we have some trim buttons that need to be removed. Now with the vehicle jacked up in the air, we can go ahead and hop into the vehicle, turn the steering wheel all the way to the right, crank that wheel over. It's going to give us access to these here a little bit easier. Then we're going to repeat for the other side, crank the steering wheel to the left and remove those trim buttons as well. Now I'm going to use a small diameter punch for the center here. Now these buttons will probably have to be replaced after we remove them. We'll punch out the center of these. On the top section here, there may be a bolt or another retainer there. Ours is missing. Now we can use our trim tool to remove the main button itself. Grab your fender molding. I'm going to pull this out towards you. And what we're doing is simply dislodging this trim from the front bumper. Along the top of our headlamp assembly here, there's just a little plastic shield, and this is held in place by some more plastic buttons. Use your trim tool, and we're going to pop a few of these out. Pop out the center, and then get the bottom and pry that up. Now the reason why we pop those 4 pins out and not the rest of them is we simply need to go ahead and pop this up. Just kind of work this out from the edge of the fender. And right here is a 10mm bolt on the top of the headlamp assembly that we need to go ahead, loosen, and remove. We're going to go ahead and repeat this for both sides. I'm just going to use a 1/4" ratchet, loosen and remove this. Once this is out, I'm going to repeat for the passenger side. Now we want to go ahead and separate our bumper from the fender area. Now right on the edge here, as it wraps around, there is a hole that kind of hangs up on a bolt head. So you're going to grab that lip and kind of peel it out, and then pull your bumper out. What we're doing is dislodging the bumper here. We're going to do the same on the passenger side. Now as we grab this bumper, we're going to start to pull it towards you, and there's going to be a series of these clips underneath the light running across the bottom of the grille. Now we're going to kind of leave this side hanging up a little bit. We're going to go to the passenger side, pull that out. And when we pull this off, the fog lights are still going to be connected. So we're going to gently pull the bumper forward, reach behind, and disconnect the fog lights. And we have the passenger side popped out. Go ahead and grab that bumper and just gently pull it forward. Let's go ahead and reach around the back and disconnect the fog light. You're going to reach around the back side, and there's a little pinch tab on there. You're going to pinch that. Wiggle that connector off. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. With the fog lights disconnected, go ahead and step back with that bumper cover and set it aside. On the bottom of our grille support here, there's a 10mm bolt right here. Loosen and remove that. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. Now we're going to remove our grille assembly. If you pull up on this here, you can see it's loose. On the top side, there's two plastic trim covers here. You're just gonna run your fingers underneath and gently pop up. And then pull this out and work your way down. Put your fingers underneath. And what we're doing is just undoing some of the little retaining clips on there. Go ahead and separate that and set it aside. Loosen and remove the two 10mm bolts underneath the headlamp. I'm going to lift up on this cover and grab the upper mount on the back side of it and lift up gently. You're just releasing it from the radiator support bracket. You can see the headlamp is now loose. I'm going to pull that away. Now we want to go ahead and loosen and remove the electrical connectors on the back side of the lamp. On our outer light here, we have a red lock safety tab here. You're going to push that back and then press down on this little clip and wiggle this free. We go. Just keep in mind, these connectors have probably been on there for many years. Now on the bulb section here, we can twist these here. Going to twist that. Pull out the whole bulb assembly. Now there's two more on the other side here. There's a bulb here. I'm going to twist that one, pop that out, and then we have a connector on the bottom here. Twist that and pull that bulb out now. And there's your headlight assembly. Remove all of your bulbs. Once you have all of the bulbs removed, we can now go ahead and start the installation of our new performance headlight. Now, right on the inside of the radiator support here, we're going to go ahead and use a rag and some spray solvent, and we're going to clean this. This is where we're going to position our resistor for the LED. Now, right here, we have the resistor unit for our LED. I'm going to peel off the red adhesive covering here. And we're going to stick it right over here on the radiator support. With that stuck in place, we can now go ahead and start to install the rest of our electrical connectors here. Once you have that pressed in, don't forget to engage the red lock there. Now we can simply lift up this cover, line up our headlamp assembly, and start to install this back into place. Go ahead and lift up that cover, and I'm just going to get that bolt started on the top. I'm not going to secure it, we just want to get that started. Go ahead and install the two lower bolts. Now, this does have a little bit of adjustability, so when you're doing this here and you go to snug them down, you want to make sure that your light is fit properly up into that fender. Right now, what we're doing is just getting these bolts started. Now, at this point, we can go ahead and prepare to get these adjusted. Go ahead and fit this up into the fender properly, check the gap around the edges, and gently snug them down. Now you can see pretty much once I bottom them out, they're pretty secure at this point. Let's go ahead and snug down the upper bolt. Tuck your trim down into place. Before we install the bumper, you always want to test out your headlights. Then we'll go ahead and test the turn signal. On the bottom side of our plastic trim here, there are little tabs that actually lock in on the top of the radiator support. So we want to go ahead and line this up with our headlight. Push our grill back into position. And then go ahead and tap down on our retainers here. I'm going to install our two lower bolts on our grill assembly. Snug that down. Repeat for the passenger side. Let's go ahead and pop the plastic trim down and in. Get that lined up. Go ahead and install your plastic push pins around the perimeter and secure this down. We want to go ahead and prepare our bumper to go back on. So we're going to reach down and connect our fog light here. Press that on, you can feel it and hear it snap into place. I'm going to go ahead and repeat for the other side. Now I want to go ahead and line up our bumper here. I'm going to bring this up, feed this into the bumper bracket. Pop that into place, and we're going to go ahead and continue around the front perimeter, locking this in underneath the lights. And we want to go ahead and snap our fender trim into the bumper. We'll install our trim clips here. Go ahead and repeat for the other side. Go ahead and snap the fender trim back on. Install your plastic button retainers. Install the lower push pins in the bottom portion of the bumper. After you have your front wheels straightened out, I'm going to go ahead and jack up the vehicle. Lift it up off of your jack stands. Remove your jack stands. Lower the vehicle to the ground. Remove the jack, set it aside. You're all set.
Now we're going to get the vehicle ready to aim the headlights. Start with the tire pressure, making sure all 4 tires are set at the appropriate pressure. Remove any excessive weight that's not normally in the vehicle. Find a wall that you can drive up to where the ground is level. Measure 25 feet away from that wall and mark the ground. Drive your vehicle up to that mark. With the headlights off, look for the center dot in the headlight lens. Measure from the ground to that center dot. You can use a ruler to help you out. Transferring that measurement to the wall, making a mark with some tape. On the driver's side, measure down 4 inches, putting another piece of tape. For the passenger side, you only need to measure down 2 inches. Now turning the headlights on, it is easier to do this at night or in a dark area. Locating your headlight adjuster and using a Phillips head screwdriver, turn your adjuster one way or another to bring the headlight up or down. Once the headlight is adjusted to the tape mark on the wall, move on to the next headlight. If you're confused because the beams seem to blend together, you can always have someone stand in front of the other headlight while you make your adjustments for that one. Now your headlights are aligned and you're all set to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.